like everybody who's hopping on is here. I don't have anybody else hopping in. So today, what we're going to be talking about is marketing, obviously, right? We're talking about marketing. We've been talking about marketing. What's new? All right. So your next assignment, it was going to be a playbill. I was going to do that, but then I don't know. I feel like that's harder to do for you guys. I always try to kind of go through the motions of the assignments that I give to see how much it's going to take, what you would have to do, things like that. And it was just too much. It was just too much to ask for. So instead of doing a playbill, what I thought would be more fun is to do some special events. So if you've ever um you know I don't know, been in the world, then you know what promotional events are, right? We think about when a place is opening up and they're going to have like a grand opening and they have people come and they give free foods and things like that. You guys are going to create a special events. Okay. And I do say special events because I do expect that you guys are going to create more than one special event. So I actually have the assignment already in Schoology for you guys. So I'm just going to go over to it and read what I have there. So you will be creating, and I'll share my screen, sorry. So you guys are going to be creating 5 events, okay? 5 different events to promote A Raisin in the Sun. Okay, so we're gonna pretend like we're putting the show on. And so all the events that you're gonna do should take place here at Taft Theater. We do have this big black box space that we can rearrange, and we can put tables and things like that. Those of you who have been here physically, you've seen this space. So you can definitely use a space like this. You can use the stage if for whatever reason, maybe you're going to have a famous person come in and talk. You're going to have the director come in and talk, things like that. But basically, and I tried to find videos on promotional events and things like that. And really the only things that I found are right here at the bottom. This video here that I actually have on there is probably the best video because the guy that they're interviewing is a special events coordinator for a specific theater. And so he talks about his daily life, what he does every day and things like that. It doesn't really go into these special events as a whole, like what they are and what they do. But he does talk about some of them. And so he just vaguely talks about them. So basically, and the best way that I can explain a special event is by saying, something that you guys would be super excited about if a movie actor was going to be doing this, right? So maybe it's dinner with the cast, right? If it were a movie cast, you would be super excited to go and have dinner with the cast, right? And you'd pay $50 to go have dinner if you get to have dinner with all of the Avengers, right? And so thinking of events like that, maybe backstage tours with the cast where if you pay $25 and on Wednesday you get to come in and do a backstage tour with the cast, things like that, right? Things that are going to draw people in to come and mingle with the cast, get to meet the directors, get to meet producers, things like that you would be excited for a movie, okay? Because I know that not everybody gets excited for backstage tours for theater, right? But if you're thinking about it in a movie's perspective and you think about it as famous actors who are going to be doing this, it makes it a little bit easier to think of these events. So your events, each of the 5 events has to include the name of the event. So maybe it's like a scavenger hunt, and that would be the name of the event. 3 sentences explaining the what's going to happen in your event. So let's go with the scavenger hunt. You can say members of the public will come into our theater. We will set up random things around the theater, like free tickets and maybe like a VIP seat, or maybe like a free snack at the concession stand. And everyone that comes in will have to go and try to find those things. And whoever finds the most wins the game, or, you get to keep whatever you find at the end of the scavenger hunt. And that would be your explanation. Then you're going to talk about the cost of the event, and you can do events that are free. So don't think that just because I'm asking for a cost that there has to be a cost. You can do events that are free. So let's say that you do the scavenger hunt, and maybe it's just a way to get some people to come to the to your theater and explore it and do tours and things. You can say that this scavenger hunt is free. Or maybe you're doing a high scale dinner with the cast, and you can say an elegant dinner with the cast, meet the cast and crew and get to mingle with them. And maybe that's $50 a ticket, right? Things that are one, gonna bring money to the theater, and two, that are gonna get the public to come to the theater so that they are more invested and want to spend money on the theater as well. And then who is invited. So in that one, we talk about, the reason that I put that in there is because sometimes there are special people. Most of the time it is the public, right? It's the public who decide or who will be coming to these events and things. But sometimes it could be specific donors, right? Maybe if we're doing a thing with the cast, we only have our big donors who spend a lot of money every year. Or maybe it could be your donors that don't spend too much money and they could do the scavenger hunt, right? So things that are going to get people to come, like I said. And then who is it specifically that you would like to target? You could also say in your who is invited that it's kids, right? Maybe it's like elementary school kids and they come and do a scavenger hunt. Or maybe you have Santa come and they come and take pictures with Santa, right? Just thinking about different events, different special promotional things that you can think of. So I do want to show you that video of the guy that I was telling you about earlier. I did include some other videos. So there's 2 other videos here that you guys can watch if you are really having difficulty trying to figure out what events you want to put on to your for your assignment. I also included an article that also talks about donors and making sure that you're getting your extra people to come and see. So let's go ahead and watch this video about this special events coordinator and see what he does on a daily basis.
Donald, I have you working with Mandy down at the box office to be the runner.
My name is Matthew Sutphin, and I am the Special Events Coordinator at Center Theater Group. The Special Event Coordinator is in charge of working for events for our donors. That will include backstage tours and then various events that we have with directors and actors and playwrights from various productions at our theaters. A typical day for me consists of prepping for a lot of the events that we have coming up. So that can include sending out invitations, taking RSVPs, working on seating and ticketing, as well as working on the logistics for the event itself, such as doing the timeline for the event and working on staffing. Some skills that I think would be useful for this are organizational skills. You have a lot of different steps that go into planning an event. You also need to be a good multitasker, because a lot of the times there's going to be multiple events happening at the same time, so you have to be able to juggle all of that. And I also think that you need to be personable. You work a lot not just with your team, but also with a lot of outside sources, such as caterers and photographers and florists, and you want to be able to have good, strong relationships with them. Most of my training was actually learning on the job. I got to work with my team and get to work on some events, but a lot of it was just figuring stuff out as you go, utilizing previous skills and just put it in the world of events, and then just kind of went from there. My big break in events coordination was actually when I got my first job at Center Theater Group. I applied to work as the advancement assistant and got to, in that position, see the different sections within our departments that included corporate and major gifts and individual giving, and one of those was events. So when I got to assist with them in that role, I got to see that it was something that I was really excited about and passionate about. So then the opportunity came along for me to take this position, and I grabbed it. The best thing about my job is being able to work with our donors. Because of them, we all have jobs and we're all able to work in this fantastic organization. So being able to be a small part of giving back to them is something that's really fulfilling to me. Some advice I would give for anyone interested in this job is just to be...
We don't have to listen to his advice. But the main thing that I didn't. I shown you other videos from working in the theater.
No. That's exactly what you. This is the exact video. I remember.
Do you want me to pull up the video that I showed you before? Because I can.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna waste.
No, she stuff.
This isn't the one that I've shown you before. I showed you another one that was just about working in marketing in general. But this one, he does talk about some of the events. So he talked about backstage tours. He talked about dinners. He talked about when they have directors come and do like workshops or Q&As. He talked about galas that they have. So if you think about the Met Gala is a special event that is promoting the Met, which is the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So that is a big promotional event. And you can base your events off of that. You can say, we're only going to have famous people come and it's by invite only. And we're going to have all these people excited to come and see it, right? And the reason that they do for the Met Gala that they have celebrities come is because it takes a donation. So you get an invitation and they say, hey, do you want to come to the Met Gala? And you say, sure, I would love to go to the Met Gala. And then they say, okay, well, it's $5,000 per seat. So just send us the $5,000 and then you can come to the Met Gala. That's how the Met Gala works. That's how the Met Gala gets money for the Met. So if you think about how much each person pays to be there, that's, you know, how much the Met gets from that gala. And so we're thinking about the same kind of concept here in theater, just in a theater setting instead of the Met Gala, which is a museum. So I hope that those are helpful. I literally have been searching for things to do this on, or like to show you different events and things. Even just promotional videos are technically part of promotional events. So if you choose to say, oh, well, we're going to do a video, you can put like a promotional video. And then instead of giving me the information on where it'll be and like all that stuff, you would tell me we're going to film on this day and then we're going to release it 2 days later. It's going to look like this. It's just going to talk about all of our shows, or it's just going to have all of the special events that we're going to have. And that can count as one of your special events to promote A Raisin in the Sun. So I do want to just reiterate again, it is 5 events that you're creating, 5 different events. And then you're giving me 3 sentences for each of those events that tells me what the event is about. And then of course, how much it costs, as well as who is invited to the event. This is going to be due next Wednesday. So you do have some time to work on it. You can work on some of them today. You can decide what each of them are going to be and then write about them later, however you want to do it. But please do take the rest of the period today to work on getting all of your thoughts organized and together, so that when you start working on this, or even if you forget and then have to work on it on Wednesday, that you have something lined out and something laid down so that you know what you're going to be doing. Okay. But that's really all that I have for you guys. I appreciate you guys watching the video and listening to me speak as always. I hope that you have, oh, there is one thing. I completely forgot. I'm so sorry. I'm going to take 2 more minutes of your time.
What?
So I know that you guys are starting to get your like course cards for next year. And I did want to say, I do have a Tech 2. And so usually it's just Tech 1 and then Advanced Tech. So it has Tech 2, 3, and 4. But this year I got a Tech 2, which has been really fun because what I like to imagine for Tech 2 is that you guys get to kind of explore everything. So in Tech 1, I've given you
explore
things,
what?
Right? We talk about makeup, we talk about marketing, we go through each specific thing as units, and we talk about them, we learn about them, we do an assignment, and we go. In Tech 2, it's less like that. It's more like we watch the movie and then you get to decide, am I gonna do makeup? Am I gonna do hair? Am I gonna do marketing? And you get to decide what you focus on. Then as we go through it, I can help you focus on each of those things. You do have to try other things in Tech 2. So what we like to say is you try the whole buffet. I ask you to try the whole buffet in Tech 2, but then once we get into Tech 3, 4, that's where you get to focus on something that you for sure love to do, right? So you can say, oh, I love lights. This is the thing that I'm doing. This is what I want to do. And then in Tech 3, 4, that's what you can focus on. But I did want to give you a little bit of information on what Tech 2 looks like so that you guys could get that information and have an informed decision when you're choosing your classes for next year. If you're somebody that ended up in this class and you wanted to be an actor, then of course you can do you can do regular theater. You wouldn't have to worry about the fact that you were in tech this year. You would just go into theater 1. But yeah, that's what I wanted to let you guys know. So if you're interested in taking my class again next year, or if you have any more questions about it, like you're just like, I just am not sure if I want to do this again, and you want to have a conversation with me, that is completely and totally okay. And you can do that. So that's all. Now I'm done. That's all I had for you guys. Thank you so much for
bye.
listening to me. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.